Yo guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another video on the channel. In today's video, we're going to be going over my ones to watch predictions for FIFA 22, as well as kind of going over player links, potential prices for the gold and ones to watch cards, and just everything ones to watch related heading into FIFA 22. Now, if you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on it, hit that subscribe button down below, and make sure to follow me on the socials. They'll be in the top right over there, so do that. So before we actually start going over each of the predictions, I do want to quickly talk about the new ones to watch upgrade system that's coming out. It is supposed to be getting revamped and we have no idea how it is. Basically, it's going to be based off how the team plays too. Apparently, that's the rumor going around. So if a team gets a certain amount of wins or goals or something, the cards will start to upgrade. Or if a player scores this amount of goals within the season, instead of waiting for a team of the week upgrade, because obviously last year, ones to watches were pretty much dead throughout the whole year because literally none of them got upgraded. So a new upgrade system is coming out. It should be fun. And let's get into the predictions. Obviously, the first card here is Mcconnell. He is getting transferred obviously from Leipzig over to Bayern Munich. This was a free earlier this summer, or it was actually maybe during the spring. I'm expecting him to get an upgrade this year, up to an 83, maybe an 82 depending on EA. I know it's kind of a big boost because I believe he was 79 last year, but I do expect to see him over 80 pace, over 80 defending, over 80 physical being actually probably the highest stat that he has. He should be a really sick card for your guys' starter teams. And I'd imagine the gold card will probably start around, 30, 40, 50k maybe. The ones to watch being closer to 100k with those upgrades coming out. So that is a card to watch for. Now, next up on the list, we have one of the big center backs, obviously, of the window, Raphael Varane. Now, I decided to keep Varane the same. I know a lot of people are thinking maybe an 87 or 88. I do think maybe he does get up to an 87 with that Premier League boost. Obviously, EA are going to try and market this hard. Making Varane more appealing is a great way to do that. So we'll kind of see what EA do there, but I'm expecting, again, pretty much the same card as last year. A really sick, overpowered card. Obviously, we don't know too much about the gameplay and how it plays just yet. But we did get the pitch notes and stuff like that a few days ago, but we still haven't really seen any actual gameplay. Just the changes that are coming. But I do expect Varane to have a very nice card. Price predictions for this one, the ones to watch will probably be close to $1 million on opening weekend, week. And I expect the gold card to probably be around, 400 or 500k or so for a little while anyways. Now, next up, we have our next free transfer, Gini Wijnaldum, obviously moving from Liverpool to PSG. I do expect him to have a pretty sick card too, pretty similar to what he's had in the past. I've seen a few people say maybe he'll get downgraded to an 84. I believe he's going to stay at about an 85 rated, with very similar stats, all around a really good player. He'll have pretty much similar prices to last year. He should be a fun card to kind of see in game. A ones to watch that'll surely be one that gets quite a few upgrades with PSG this year. Next up, we have Sergio Aguero, another card that went on free from Man City, obviously, to Barcelona. Now, I decided to give Aguero a downgrade this season. Whether or not he gets a bigger downgrade from EA, we'll have to wait and see. He's obviously getting older. He didn't really have... I don't really remember much of him last year anyways playing for City. He didn't really do too much. So that being said, I do think he goes down to 87, maybe an 86. I don't think he's going to get shot down to like an 82 or anything just yet. But he is getting older, obviously. His contribution is slowly starting to slow down. But I do expect to see like a 75 pace or so, high shooting, high dribbling, and then the rest kind of below 80. Next up, we have David Alaba going from Bayern Munich to Real Madrid. He's going to be a sick card kind of at the start of the game. I expect a really fun starter card for him, getting into a lot of starter teams. Now that he has, those Madrid links and stuff like that, you can link him to Mendy, and whoever else from La Liga. He should be a fun one, obviously, being that he has that full back body and he's playing at center back, it should be fun. He does have, I'm expecting about 76 pace. I am expecting a downgrade from him. Maybe he stays at 84, maybe he goes down to 83, I'm not too sure, but I do expect a pretty similar card to this. Pretty much all around good stats. I think he's going to be a sick card and a very in-demand card at the start of the game. Next up, I'm not even going to try and pronounce his name because you guys know I'm bad at pronouncing names. But we have a guy who transferred from Feyenoord to Ajax, obviously the rival jump right there. I do expect to see him get a ones to watch card. Obviously EA are going to try and include a few off-league cards into the ones to watch team. You know, him being Dutch and all that, he'll be maybe a little bit more in demand, not too much. He's going to have decent stats, but I don't think he's going to be an insane player. But I do expect to see an upgrade this year from him, as he had a pretty decent year last year. Next up, and our next kind of, not pooper, but pooper, 75 rated Bryan Gill. Now, he is a transfer, obviously, to Spurs from Sevilla. He's a youngster. I don't really know too much about him. He's supposed to have a lot of potential and all that, and I'm sure he'll be decent, you know, in real life. But EA do want to include some of these low-rated cards to kind of scam you guys out of packs, similar to when we had Joelinton a few years ago, too. I don't know. What do you guys want me to say about him? It'll be interesting to see what he can do. Obviously, I think he's going to get the bare minimum to be a gold card this year to get included into this promo. He was a silver card last year, so I'm expecting like a 75 rated card for him. Next up, and one of my more, you know, cards I'm looking forward to, Memphis Depay. Memphis Depay, obviously going from Lyon to Barcelona. I'm really excited to see this card and see how he performs for Barcelona in real life. Obviously, they have a few forwards now. They have Suarez, or not Suarez. Suarez left like a year or two ago. They have Aguero now. So it's going to be interesting to see who plays over who. Depay, if they combine. We'll have to see with Barcelona. But again, another ones to watch card I'm excited to see. I do think he gets an upgrade from an 85 to an 86. As far as gold card goes, I wonder if, you know, how long this card will be relevant for before he just turns into fodder like he did last year. Again, something we'll have to kind of wait and see. Next up, another PSG transfer, Donnaruma. I do expect this guy to get one for sure, and I think he's going to be a player that gets a massive upgrade heading into this year. Could be even higher, maybe an 88 or so. Obviously, winning the Euros with Italy, you know, I'm expecting a big upgrade from him. And a ones to watch card that could be really fun. Links are going to be a little bit harder, obviously, because he's Italian and he plays in the French league. And everyone's going to have Premier League center backs this year with all the transfers that we've had. So it'll be interesting to see how we can include him into a team, but I think he's going to be a card that will, you know, he'll be worth getting as a ones to watch because he probably will upgrade multiple times throughout the year. So we're going to have to, you know, see how that plays out. Next up, we have Olivier Giroud, obviously going from Chelsea to Milan. I don't really expect much from this ones to watch card. Again, it's just another pack filler. But, you know, a decent move for him. I think the transfer was $1 million or €1 million for the fee, so nothing too crazy. His gold card I'm actually interested in. I think his gold card is going to be really interesting fodder throughout the year. Just because, you know, he's got the French links in Serie A at strikers, so we don't really have too much of that. So I do expect to see his card kind of move around a lot in price this year, depending on what SBCs drop and all that good stuff. Next up, we have Hakimi, another big PSG transfer. His fee is actually really high. When I read his fee, I didn't expect it to be that much. I want to say it was like 70-80 mil, which is kind of ridiculous. I don't think Hakimi's worth that much. Maybe I just read it wrong. Maybe whatever I read it on was wrong. But regardless, he's going to be a really sick card. I don't know what he's going to get for position. Obviously, for Dortmund, he played right back. For Inter, he got a right mid card. I'm going to stick with the right mid card heading into this season with PSG. Maybe, you know, who knows where he plays. But regardless, he's going to have a really sick card. 95 pace. He's going to be very fast. Probably expensive on, you know, the first couple weeks of the game because of that pace. But his shooting is kind of let down still. I think he's going to be around 73 shooting with the upgrade to 84. Defending's decent too. But I'm excited to see a Hakimi card. I think he's going to be a fun one. Next up, we have another French transfer to the Prem, and that's Konate. I think he's going to get an upgrade to an 80, maybe a 79, we'll have to see. But again, very similar to Mcconnell, just kind of scaled down a little bit. 77 pace, 83 defending, 82 physical. I think we're going to see that with a lot of the new transfer center backs coming in, just because, you know, he didn't have the greatest season last year, obviously, but, you know, a little upgrade for him, a little upgrade for Upamecano, I think will be in order, especially with the Prem boost, like I was saying. Varane will probably get that, despite maybe he doesn't deserve an upgrade. that Prem boost will kind of come in and push him up. And again, another card, a gold card, I expect to be expensive the first few weeks of the game because he's going to be very, very good for those starter teams. And, you know, with Liverpool, depending on how the upgrade system works for ones to watch, if it is team-based, I think this is a card that upgrades a few times and could be, you know, decent to use for a few months, actually, with some upgrades. Next up, and another center back. I know it's not confirmed yet, actually, as of me making this video, but it's Koundé. He has agreed to personal terms with Chelsea. It's now between the two clubs to kind of do the rest. But I do think he's a card that could, you know, be really fun to use as well. Very similar to Konate, very similar stats. I expect to see just this card as well. Literally everything I said about Konate, you can apply to Koundé, price-wise and everything. They're basically, you know, very, very similar cards. Next up we have Malin, and this is a card I'm excited to use this year for my starter team because I used him last year and it was a little hard to link him with his, you know, being that he was in the Netherlands last year, right? Yeah, PSV I think it was. Now he's on Dortmund. He's going to be way easier to link. He's got good Dutch links, and he was a good player last year to use for the first few weeks. I expect to see something similar, probably 90 pace, 80 shooting, 83 dribbling. I'm going to predict around there. Getting an upgrade from a 78 to an 80. It'd also be fun to kind of, you know, see how they play in real life. You know, him and Haaland up top. If he stays, obviously, as of right now, he's still a Dortmund player. Whether or not he will be by the end of the window, we'll have to wait and see. But he should be a fun card to kind of keep your eyes on. Next up we have Sergio Ramos, a big transfer, obviously going from Real Madrid to PSG. I do expect him to get a -1 downgrade just because he's getting a little old. He was injured at the end of, you know, the season last year. Again, he's gonna go down a little bit, nothing crazy, not down as much as Aguero will. But 70 pace, 70 shooting, high defensive stats. He'll be fun to use. You know, interesting links as well because he's Spanish in, you know, that French league. So it's going to be interesting to see how his card plays out. You know, he'll be probably around the 75. No, he'll be expensive. His gold card will be expensive the first few weeks of the game just because we won't have any insanely paced defenders to start off. And of course, you know, depending how the ones to watch upgrade system works, he could be a very fun card, you know, to upgrade as well. Next up in our big one, Jaden Sancho, right mid, right wing, whatever position he gets, it'll be fine. But I am expecting an upgrade, again, that Prem boost to kind of push him up. This year, I want to see his pace get upgraded a little bit more. I think 82 was a little bit too low last year. I'm not saying that he'll be 90, whatever, but, you know, maybe something in between will be good. Again, high dribbling, decent passing, lower shooting. Sancho will be a fun card, too, to see. How he plays with United, as well as, you know, whatever. Expect his cards to both be expensive. He's in the Prem now, so, you know, he'll be an expensive card for at least a couple months. And that sees us at a full circle. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys drop a thumbs up. Let me know down below what your guys' thoughts are on these ones to watch cards. Who do you want to see as ones to watches as well? Of course, the window's not over. We probably will end up having a part 2 eventually with all them, you know, we still have another whole month of potential transfers, so we'll have to wait and see for that. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure you guys subscribe, you know, down below, so you don't miss out on any other of the FIFA 22 videos that we have coming out this month. The FIFA 22 countdown is on. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, guys, peace.